Guys, today I am going to unpack our brand new Topic 3 folder. It's full of learning resources for you, and I just want to explain what everything is. So, when you open up your folder, the first thing you will find is a multiplication chart. I give this to you because I want you to be able to look up the answers that you don't know. It's a bad habit to get into getting the wrong answers for basic facts. And then if you do it enough times, it becomes habit, which isn't a good thing. You should have all of your facts memorized. And I know that all of us are at different points in that journey. Some of you may have all your facts memorized. If that's the case, congrats. I'm so proud of you. If you're still working on them, that's okay too. But hopefully by the end of fourth grade, you will be able to know every single fact, including your 12s, which I know are the hardest. All right, so I'm putting this aside, but this is for you to do whatever you wish with. If you want to keep it at home, if you want to keep it in the folder, if you want to hang it up in your workspace, try not to look at it every single time you do a fact, right? Use it for like the first few times, and then hopefully think before you need to refer to see if you can solve it yourself. Okay, to that end, we will be taking multiplication fact fluency timed tests this topic. Now, don't worry. They're not going to count as a grade in the grade book or anything. They're really just for you to be able to see how you're coming along with memorizing your facts. So in this packet, there are a lot of pages. We're not going to be doing all of them, but in school, we're going to start in the front, and we're going to be taking 5-minute fact drills a few times a week moving forward through this topic. So I will set a timer for 5 minutes. You'll answer as many as you can in those 5 minutes, and then we're going to correct it together. If you get 4 100s, then you don't have to take this again, ever, because that's showing me that you know your facts, so you don't need this. If you feel like you would like extra practice with your facts and you want to do your timed fact practices on your own, you are welcome to do that. I ask, though, that don't do the first few pages, like start in the middle, where you have these kinds of fact practices maybe, or towards the end, there's some 12s. That gets a little bit harder. So we're obviously not going to do all of this together, but we're going to be doing the first few pages together. And the cool thing about it is that we're going to get to chart our progress. So any test that we take, even if you do one on your own, you can add it to your chart. You're going to write the date, and then we're going to graph how many correct facts we got. And hopefully you will see that when, as we're going in time, you should be getting better with your facts. I've also included a multiplication chart that is set up a little bit differently than the other one that you have. This kind of a chart works like this. So let's say I'm looking for 4 times 6. I drag my fingers, and where they meet is the answer, 24, right? 9 times 8. Where they meet, 72, is the answer. So this is just another resource for you to keep handy. The other papers that are on this side will be assignments. Please don't complete them until I tell you to, so just leave them in your folder. On the right-hand side of your folder, you are going to see a beautiful color copy of multiplying by 1 digit, which is the focus of this new topic. This is the standard algorithm. This is what you need to know how to do, if nothing else. And if you already know how to do it, right, if there are people out there that are saying, oh my gosh, I already know how to do that, Mrs. Atkinson, then there's going to be opportunities for you to test out of this topic. So the next piece of paper you will see is bright yellow. This is our math extension menu. And we are going to be taking a pre-test. And there's actually 2 pre-tests for this topic. One pre-test is pretty simple. It's for everyone to complete. And the other pre-test is a little bit more challenging. It's actually the end of topic test. Now, it won't be the same test, but it is a test. And if you do extremely well on both pre-tests, you have what I call the option to test out of the topic. That means Why should you be sitting in my lessons all day long, every day, if you already know how to do what I'm teaching you? So, this testing out option is for students that already have mastery of topic 3 content. If you prove that to me, you have the option to participate in on contract, I call it. You're like signing a contract, kind of. And you are going to, instead of being in with me for my lessons, you would work on one of these extension menu options. So there's a cool movie star one where you're making your own video and you're showing all the different ways to multiply. There's one that is a slideshow creator, which if you pick any of these options, like these aren't things that get done in one day. Like you're going to be working on them every day. Like it's my expectations for what you're producing are very high. There's a challenging problem of the month. If you turn it over, you can do a game board where you're coming up with a game and game cards and game pieces, and it all has to focus on topic 3 content. There's also, this is a fan favorite, project based learning, run a food truck. And there is a link. Some of these, if looking at your paper, there are links that will take you to some of these things. But my students last year, some of them made a food truck. It was just really cool. They came up with a business plan, a logo, a marketing plan, a menu with prices, and then they constructed a 3D truck out of cardstock. And then my favorite is called the independent study. Is there something that you really want to learn, right? Or something that you really love? Um, and maybe you haven't had the opportunity to learn it because it's beyond the scope of what fourth grade would teach you, right? So this is an option where you could come up with my collaboration, an idea of something you would like to learn about, and then you go off when we're doing math and you learn about that. So it's math at your just right level. And you're exploring it in an independent study. So if that's the case and you test out and this is something you want to do, you and me would have a private conversation or a private Zoom meeting. We would discuss your ideas, your area of focus, and kind of come up with a plan to help you reach your goals. Okay, so it says on the bottom here, there are two choices. Number one, I have tested out and I want to do one of these projects, and then you'd list it on the line here. Or I have not tested out of this topic, but I would still like to work on one or more of the projects listed on the extension menu. I realize that I may not have a whole lot of time to work on my project in class because you're going to be with me doing the lessons and doing the work that's posted. I understand that I can work on any of the above at home as well. So either way, whether you're on contract or not, you can do any of these, one, more than one, if you would like to. All right. The next page in your packet is also a very colorful page. This is explaining the different ways that we multiply. So we're going to be learning, actually, this is only 4 of them. We're going to be learning 5 ways to multiply. You on the test will only need to show, you could solve any way you want. I would say 95% of kids stick with the traditional algorithm, the standard algorithm, because that's the one, honestly, guys, that you need to know for like 5th grade and moving forward. So this is the one that I recommend you use on the test. But I do show you the other ways, and you'll have a little bit of practice with these other ways in this topic. It's part of the 4th grade math curriculum. And actually, there are some kids that prefer, partial products over the traditional, or maybe they're like, oh, I love area models. So they do that one. But I'm going to show you all of these ways. But then when it comes down to it, on the test, you really only have to do one way. And if I were you, I'd pick the traditional algorithm. It's much easier and it's quicker. All right, finally, the last thing in this packet is your topic 3 extra practice math packet. This is the packet for this topic. Now, let's take a look at the directions. It says, this packet is intended to complement our work in topic 3. In this math unit, you will learn various strategies for multiplying a multi-digit number by a one-digit number. And like I said before, on the test, you can use any strategy. Now, this test is going to be handed in on test day. I don't know when test day is yet, but when we take our topic 3 test, this will be due. Now, I know you're saying, oh my gosh, Mrs. Atkinson, it's so long, it's so much. But don't worry, because we actually are going to be doing a lot of the pages in class together, meaning you will have guidance on a lot of these pages. Some of them I will assign to you for homework, some of them I will assign to you for classwork, and then whatever is left at the end, any blank pages, will just be things that you'll have to catch up on and do. So please, you really can't work ahead in this packet because some of the stuff we're going to be doing together. Like tomorrow, we're going to be doing this page together. The next day, we're going to be doing these 2 pages together. But if you did want to, do some of it on your own, I would tell you to start from the back. So if you have free time and you're waiting for me to start a lesson or whatever, you can start on the back if you know how to solve these kinds of problems and kind of work your way towards the front, because some of these I'll be assigning for homework. So if you get them done early, then you have no homework, which is kind of nice. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, make sure that you keep all of your topic 3 materials where they need to be in the folder, and you should always have your folder with you at all times. All right, I will talk to you soon. Have a great day.